Hi YouTube, today we're going to be looking at a couple different replays from Flake's POV as well as Trebla, who uploaded the replays in 1v1s. These are likely 1v1s in preparation for the Salt Mine qualifier, the closed qualifier, which starts tomorrow. As you guys watch this video, if you're watching it shortly after release, there's a good chance that I'm live right now actually covering the games that are in the qualifier. Now, unlike last time, where the qualifiers were to make it into the main event, this time it's to make it into the promotion relegation. So there are those two players from both regions that will have to try and defend their spots, and these guys will be looking to take them down. Flakes, somebody who didn't have the best of starts. You guys might actually remember we had him on the channel in his previous close qualifier. He played against Joyo in the first round, and he was not able to get the early win. It was a very close match, but he lost in the best of 3, and it can be really tough to come from the lower bracket. I think he ran into another tough matchup, which you're always going to. I mean, that's just the nature, especially of the EU side of the closed qualifiers. There are just way too many people, one of which may be Trebla. You know, Trebla, I believe, is playing in the qualifier as well, and might just be a player that could take Flakes down. Now, Flakes, you'll notice which car is his very easily because he is not often playing in the meta cars. He is certainly one to branch out a little bit more, although I think he actually did play his last qualifier in the Octane. He said he's been liking the Octane, but for the most part, he just switches around. His play style, if you haven't ever seen him play, he's known for being a safe, tricky ground player. Lots of fakes, lots of low 50s, lots of non-committal moves. And we'll see if that'll work against Trebla, who certainly had a much more committal move, but finished it off with a demo and has a 2-1 lead. I really like what I've been seeing from Trebla. It's another reason, honestly, why we're checking out today's video, including Trebla. We had Trebla and Rawas in a recent video as Rawas prepared to get ready for Salt Mine. He is not going to have to play in the qualifiers as he's already in the main event, but he still has a bit to work on considering how Moxie performed in the first stage. Now, Flakes right now trying to be really patient. Even with low boost, he's expecting Trebla to have to leave. And now he'll take really his testing shot and go for a boost steal. Trebla in the air, using a ton of boost coming off the wall. The power slide cut is also something that Flakes is famous for. And you'll see him using that to take angles on the field that not other players do, and really throws defenders off. Even if they're not necessarily, you know, cutting it. Obviously, everyone knows when Flakes cuts them right as they come to challenge and they go flying by. But, I mean, Flakes earlier showing taking the ball out to midfield and cutting it sharply back. You know, all these different angles are ways to throw defenders off. He likes his dribble. Trebla going to close shadow, bump, and demo. Not a bad way to handle the dribble. And the hook shot is off target. And he couldn't keep it out of reach of Flakes, too. If he had missed wider, he actually would have been okay. Or if he had put it maybe on the post. But I do think Flakes was going to make it back. Flakes looking to steal this ball away. Finds himself low on boost, but undercuts Trebla, and he has the midfield in the back corner. He's actually surprised that Trebla is staying on here. And yeah, he just got he got exposed. He got exposed for being so patient and thinking no way on 0 boost after I just fully starved Trebla will he stay in this play. But he did. And Flakes now finds himself down 3-1. Low 50. These are the kind of goals that Flakes will score on you, though. You know, it seems clear that Trebla has been able to catch a couple with pure aggression, but nobody escapes getting beat out on a nice low 50. But Trebla, I was just thinking about it, how he's doing this really early single jump, and we saw this when he was playing against Rawas. I remember thinking, is it something that he is going to stick with doing? I wonder if he'll do it again here. He's doing a wave dash kickoff, but he jumps really early. This time he did not go wave dash kickoff, so it's hard to point it out, but just watch for it. It's something that only he's doing, and I don't know if it's just because he's found success with it, or if he's thinking that that's the best way to go for the wave dash kickoff. Flakes has found himself back in the lead, 4-3. I say back in the lead. I'm not sure if he ever had it, but he has it now with 1:30 left to go. He's going to go delay kickoff, delay wave dash. Not a bad way to play. Trebla did try and flip through and grab the midfield, and when he didn't get it, Flakes recognized he should go steal the back corner and try and completely starve Trebla out. But he actually might have been a little bit too focused on the boost. He might have been able to, you know, play the ball at his net, put Trebla in just as bad of a position. He had to kind of go out of his way to pick up the boost. He fell behind this dribble, and he is always trying to win interactions in the most passive way possible. It's very interesting to watch. He's going to bump Trebla now. But you'll see on all those 50s, he's never attacking the ball. He's always trying to reverse, go low, get the other player to commit, and then work from there. So 5-3. Trebla under a minute, down 2. Probably has to take this full field dribble. Flakes thinking about the pre-jump, came back down to the ground. Trebla, nice shots. Trebla putting it over the top with 46 seconds left to go. Within 1. But it's not going to be that wave dash kickoff. It's back to a standard for Trebla. And Trebla, oh, the fake wave dash shot did not stop Flakes out. And he does throw in somewhat of a rare early challenge. Sees an opportunity to beat out with a zap dash to get that back corner boost. Now catching, maybe not getting the setup he wants. Backs off, forced into the ball as Trebla is going to have to play really aggressive. Flakes actually, this is very rare behavior for him, just launching the ball downfield. It's very not like him. And that's the reason why. It's handing over possession. And Trebla is actually going to snipe the net with 7 seconds left to go. So, game that was looking like it was Flakes' now a bit closer. I think that was that early pre-jump. You could tell from Flakes' perspective that Trebla single jumped it early. Now it's going to go all the way from the back corner on this dribble. He is not. Flakes going to keep it in the air, or it's going to hit ground. So overtime. Overtime in the first of 2 ranked games between Flakes and Trebla. Flakes wins this kickoff. Front flip to get Trebla to double jump. Trying to get him to fall into net, but Trebla does well to get the save and keep himself out of it. Oh, Flakes got rolled over the top of the ball, and it's actually Trebla who wins out on a passive 50. Who would have thought? Flakes did try and switch it up there at the end of that game, maybe to throw Trebla off, but it didn't work out. But we have another game between the same 2 players coming up next. Game number 2, I believe, from the same session these guys were playing in, and you could tell that Flakes is still using this car, which is not something he consistently does. I think he switches between cars pretty much every session, if not every few games. He is still in this one. Trebla looking mechy. Trebla will be able to get the bump. Nice protection. High single jump. Air roll to cover the 50 and then wave dash back down, which required an air roll back to level, but it's not going to matter. Goal 1 is going to go to Flakes. I watch Trebla again. Yeah, look at this super early single jump. I can't wait to see if this catches on, if it actually works out. To be fair, it doesn't seem like it will, because when I've watched Trebla do it, I think he's lost most of them. But he seems to like it. It definitely gets him down on the ground way faster than a standard. Oh my goodness. A standard single jump to wave dash, which happens a little bit closer to the ball, but can often result in the ball, oh, nice flick, in the top of the card, tilting up. Whereas Trebla never has that. He's instantly back on the ground. And I could just see a world in which that could be advantageous. He's not going to do it on the diagonal, though. And he'll pre-flip back in time. He seems to be one that's more than willing to do a full field dribble. He got pinched kind of up with the ball. Ground tap, that should be in. It is. Flakes couldn't keep it out. Nice play by Trebla. Trebla, air dribble bump. That'll work. Didn't even really seem like a bump. It seemed like a stomp as he was still on the back wall, but he stopped his momentum, prevented the save. Trebla trying to make it 2 wins. I believe these guys played a lot in a session. We just picked the 2 most recent games they played. Trebla, oh my goodness, look at that flick. That is a very creative flick. And his camera settings for this, too, seem very interesting. I almost feel like he changed them earlier, but he seems really far away from the ball. He's going to try and carry again. Nice. Wave dash right back up to the ball. Trebla is a very exciting player. This is another one of the reasons why I wanted to look at this, because I noticed it was Trebla against Flakes. And shout out Trebla, who is uploading his own gameplay 2 ball chasing, allowing us to watch these replays and playing in exciting fashion as well. Trebla, full field dribble, has to try and touch the ball as little as possible because the first touch was so fast and wide of the net. Went around, got the reset. Looked to bring it back on target. Missed. Dash by Flakes. It's not going to matter. Trebla was backing off. And there it is. A low 50 and a goal. Flakes baiting somebody into being aggressive. Flakes really does love his zap dash. Halfway through the game, he is down 2. If you guys would be interested in seeing Trebla in a show match, let me know. I think we might have to get Trebla in. Seems to be on the rise in terms of one's rating. Oh, I love this flick, this delay. He's canceling the flip and then letting it go late, spinning underneath the ball. My guess is that there's some name for it. You know, everyone has named just about everything in this game. But because I don't see it very often in competitive 1 settings, it looks just like a nice canceled flick to me. Not fully canceled, I guess delayed, but you know, I want to give it an additional word because it's not just waiting to flick, it is canceling the flip and then letting it flick late. Flakes right now, bringing himself back within 1. Has a long time to work it back. No need to panic yet. Trebla's had some trouble on diagonal kickoffs in the past, and he should be okay for this one. I say he should be okay. He's really not in the best of positions as Flakes has a clear boost advantage. Wanted to tap it behind Trebla. Fortunately for him, Trebla was just still lost, so it didn't matter. Able to get back to the ball and chip it over the top of him to make it equal. Huge kickoff win on the standard. Oh my goodness, it felt scoreable, but Trebla couldn't get around it. So it's not going to be an immediate goal if it is scoreable. Trebla delay got Flakes the backwards challenge. Flakes forced him high enough though, so I don't think Flakes is going to be too bummed about that. Pre-flipping into the corner. He's had a few missed dashes, but always when Trebla is leaving the play, so he hasn't really been punished for it. Pre-jump by Trebla. Flakes just floats the ball right at him. And the pre-jump works out. Oh no, never mind, it doesn't. As he ends up tapping the ball to Flakes, who sticks around for the easy backflip tap-in. So Flakes bringing it back 3 goals straight. So he was down 4-2 just about a minute and a half ago. Trebla trying to get Mekki with a flick again. Didn't really have the power he needed though. Needs to finish with strength if he doesn't want that to just be a counterattack. And a counterattack it was. So now make it a 4-goal run for Flakes. Wave dash kickoff, make it a 5-goal run for Flakes. 47 seconds for Trebla to shake it off. He's going to need some kickoff goals of his own. I want to see if he goes to his super early jump. Yes, he does. And he's so back on the ground. He's back on the ground so fast. Now to the ceiling for the reset. Has to get underneath the ball. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to do a ground double there. I don't think you really have any other choice. Trebla try to get underneath it and do some sort of, you know, scoop underneath the ball. I'm not sure that that's really viable from the angle that Trebla had. Must not be comfortable trying the ground double. 4-goal lead. A 6-goal run for Flakes. He actually just power slid around the ball, allowed Trebla to put one on the board. And so it's still possible with 17 seconds. Flakes, a little victory power slide. Certainly something he'd regret if he was able to choke away the next 3 kickoffs, but by all means, he should be okay. Trebla does win this one. Has to start an aerial play and can't tap it over the top of Flakes, so has to work on those finishes around the net. Those are crucial. Wait, did he just find a way to score this? No, he did not. So the second game is going to go to Flakes. Flakes wins this one 8-5. I think they played a few, and I think they traded for the most part. So just wanted to check out a couple games from their matches as they both prep for the Salt Mine. Trebla looking like an exciting new player, and Flakes, he's always the same old Flakes. Power slide cuts, low 50s. We'll see if that's enough to get him into the Salt Mine.